Hey everyone, my name is Janelle, and I'm going to be telling you about my $280,000 lesson. So you saw in my last post, it was on Jeremiah 29:11, and I want to share the messy truth about how I really started trying to build that future for myself. So in case you're unfamiliar with the verse, it's "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." So that's Jeremiah 29:11. And I'll start off by saying, so I got to take you back to the beginning when I was a fresh college graduate. I was so happy to be finished college. I took my final exam and I left the school. I didn't say bye to anyone. I just left and I didn't come back. I didn't go back to pick up my diploma. I didn't go back to walk the stage. I said, mail it to me. I was done. So let's say that month or that time frame, because it was in the summer that I graduated, I had a friend who was a contractor, a construction contractor, and he would tell me every single evening, he would just be complaining about how chaotic it was, how contracting in Toronto is just a mess. You don't get paid on time. They don't pay you enough. He just kept complaining and complaining and complaining. So one day it got so bad, I just asked him, "Do you want me to help you?" And he said yes. So 1 year after him saying yes and me helping him, we actually had an office in West Toronto in Etobicoke. We had 20 employees, so 3 in office, and we had over 20, so a couple dozen that were working on projects. We worked on projects in Yorkdale Mall during that new renovation, that revamp, Indigos across the city, chapters, just a lot of different commercial and residential projects. And that brought in $280,000 in 8 months. So that, 8 months. But I have to be very real with you. It wasn't smooth. It wasn't easy. There were so many bumps, so many trials and tribulations, so many lessons that I've learned and mistakes that I made. And they were expensive mistakes personally and professionally. My passion, organizing. But in the middle of all that chaos, I learned my truth and my talents. And one of them is building systems. And another one is helping people avoid making crucial business mistakes, basically mistakes that I've made and I've learned from. So I want to help you avoid these mistakes. I want to help you get your business organized. I want to help you build a system that will make you consistent income. So that's why I created GCA Consulting Group, and it's just a platform and a space that I wish I had from when I was in the days of starting my first business. So the first thing is the space is free. I'm opening it up to everyone who is interested in starting or growing their business. There are some premium areas, but for the most part, it's 90% just free access to 90% of the platform. So there's a business planning 101 space. So I help you learn how to create a business plan. That is the number one first step that I wish I did, but we actually did it in the middle of running our business. So it just helps you be on the same page if you have a partner or other people you're working with. And it helps you just know where you plan to go as a business owner from the jump. And some people hear the word business plan and they get a little bit frightened, thinking of like 100-page document. No, there's business plans that are a few pages. There's business plans that are 20 pages. But either way, we have a business planning space and it's free. And then I have a marketing 101 space, and this is just showing you the strategy and how to get your first 5 clients and get even more potentially. So next is the marketing 101 space, and this is a space where I just teach you how to get your first 5 clients, and whatever system we use to get that, you multiply it to get more. And then we have our Shopify and WordPress 101 spaces. So self-explanatory. I'm going to teach you how to build a Shopify store from beginning to end. Trust me, it's not difficult, no coding needed. And the same with WordPress. If you are in the industry where you would need a WordPress site, I have a space for that, and I'll show you the basics of just how to get your business or your project or whatever you're working on the web. I'm a self-taught web designer, and this was because of the construction company I was in. Side story, so we had a web developer that we worked with, and he would take so long to make simple updates. So my sister and I decided to buy a website for dummies book. And we challenged each other to read the book and make a website. I read the book, she read the book. I made a website, she made a website. Her website came out okay, mine came out pretty good. And I'm like, I'm pretty good at this. Let me practice and try to see where this goes. Over a decade later, I've made over 100 websites, and yeah, it just comes second nature to me. So the mistakes I made and the hiccups I made with web design and web development, I can make it super simple and easy for you. So in addition to these spaces, I have a couple of personal development spaces where there's the 5 a.m. focus group, and then we have the weekend reset. So these are more focused on building good personal habits, faith-based. I am a strong believer in God, and I feel like if you want to be successful in business, you have to be successful personally. So I don't want to just focus only on helping you professionally. I want to help you on a well-rounded basis. So once again, the whole community is free to join. You just got to visit the link in the bio or in my description box, wherever you're watching this. And the website is gcaconsulting.group. So that's gcaconsulting.group, G-O-R-U-P. All right, thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you in one or all of the spaces. And I'm looking forward to helping you just better your personal and professional lives. All right, see you in the next video. Bye.